Welcome back, accomplices. It's been too long, but we always make a comeback.
Speaking of comebacks, on our last episode, hopefully you can remember that far back, we covered the South Hill rapist, Kevin Coe, and we have an update on him. So let's talk about that.
God, yes. Kevin Coe. Kevin Coe was actually released from the Special Commitment Center on McNeil Island back in October on the 2nd. He was civilly committed there since 2008 because he had already served his 25-year prison sentence. And I have a lot of feelings about it. Well, I think a lot of people have a lot of feelings about it.
Yeah. His release was ordered by a Spokane County judge after the state of Washington determined that due to his advanced age and deteriorating health conditions, he no longer met the legal criteria to be held indefinitely as a sexually violent predator.
Which, I mean, I get. Like, he had health conditions like stroke, heart disease. He has limited mobility. He requires to have a walker. The chances that his dick even works anymore, probably slim to none. Like, if it does, okay, good for you, bro. But I really don't think it does. Honestly, it's just like the nature of his crimes and like the terror that and the havoc that he wreaked on Spokane really just like gets to all of us, you know? Like that's really what it comes down to. And it's like even people on the west side of the state don't want him.
Yeah. The Muckleshoot tribe in Auburn, Washington, they like ordered Coe to stay off of their land, and he was sent to an adult family home in Federal Way. But this home is just 200 feet from Brigadoon Elementary School.
Okay, yeah. So the tribe, they literally are like, fuck no, dude, get the fuck out of here. So like, okay, yeah. So they send him to an adult family home, 200 fucking feet away from a school. He is a level 3 sex offender. That is the highest. That's the highest. And like, you can't even be like 1,000 feet from a school. And they're like, just live next to one. Like, what the fuck?
We have nowhere else to put him. Nowhere wants him. Spokane doesn't want him back.
Well, and you know what the crazy thing is? So because he's already served his prison sentence and all of that, there is nothing that stops him from coming back to Spokane. Like if he wanted to come back to Spokane and had the means to do it, he could.
Gross. No, thank you.
I don't think he would last very long here, but he could do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So Kevin Coe's out, no longer civilly committed. They made him out to be just this poor, weak, old, frail man. There we go. Can't keep him locked up for eternity. Apparently, he served his time.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife. They raping everybody around here.
And just remember, Shayna doesn't run because of this guy.
That's why I don't run.
Because of the South Hill rapist. I don't have a gym partner because of you. No, I'm kidding.
That's why I don't run.
That's why she doesn't run. All right, so that's enough about Kevin Coe. We said all we needed to say about that. Now we're going to go into our weekly crime report.
From Charlotte, North Carolina, a transgender inmate is suing a North Carolina prison, saying it's blocking her from practicing witchcraft. The Charlotte Observer reports 40-year-old Jennifer Ann Jasmine says in the lawsuit that chaplains at the all-male Lanesboro Correctional Institution have violated her constitutional rights by restricting when, where, and how she can practice Wicca, the religion based on ancient pagan beliefs. Jasmine also says Lanesboro refused to provide her with the foods Wiccans are supposed to eat.
They eat different foods?
I guess, apparently. But also, it's prison.
Yeah.
Prisoners don't get to eat a lot of stuff us free folk get to. By contrast, Jasmine said Christian inmates at Lanesboro are allowed to worship 6 times a week, while Native Americans can conduct their rituals 3 times weekly. Lanesboro is a maximum security prison about 45 miles southeast of Charlotte. State policy says North Carolina prisons, quote, shall provide access for approved religious services or practices and pastoral care. Inmates wanting to practice a religion not recognized by the prison system must fill out a religious assistance request form. In her complaint, Jasmine says she filed the form this month, but to no avail. Jasmine says she wants to hold outdoor services twice a week. She has called on the prison to provide the religious items, clothing, and food she needs to properly practice witchcraft, including the go-ahead for her to light candles and a fire. Her lawsuit does not say whether other Lanesboro inmates share her beliefs. Miss Jasmine's religion is not just her religion, it's her way of life, the lawsuit says. This is the path in which she has taken. This is the way. The lawsuit, filed this month, seeks a jury trial and $1, right? And $1 damages from each of the chaplains. Just $1. Man,
I mean,
what an
prison.
Inconvenience for
You make
everyone.
30 cents an hour.
Be living the rich life after that. According to prison records, Jasmine, then Dwayne L. Fox, was sentenced in July 2014 to 16 years in prison for second-degree sexual offense. Jerry Higgins, a spokesman for the State Department of Public Safety, declined comment Wednesday, citing pending litigation. And this report was from the Charlotte Observer.
So whoever wrote it, it was from the Charlotte Observer.
Mm-hmm.
$1 might be correct, or it could be $1 million in damages, but I feel like that's a little steep, and they really only make like 30 cents an hour when they work in prison. So I think $1
I like
might
to
be
think
accurate.
that it's $1 in damage.
$1. It's $1 in damages from each of
I
the
don't
chaplains.
want to be too extreme, but I want to be an inconvenience.
Yeah.
$1 out of your pocket, please.
Yeah. Define petty. I'm taking you to fucking small claims court, bitch. Dollar.
For $1. Say per, like, from each chaplain, so I guess.
Yeah.
How many chaplains does this correctional institution have?
Didn't it have like 6? Something like that?
Yes.
Or 3?
$6 whole dollars.
Fuck. Well, it is that time where we get to the reason we're all here. So today we are doing Larry Bright, aka the Bonecrusher. Larry Dean Bright was born July 8th, 1966, also known as I just said, the Bonecrusher. He is an American serial killer, go figure, who is responsible for the deaths of at least 8 women between the ages of 30 and 41 in central Illinois. Larry's nickname derives from his obsession with burning his victims' bodies before crushing their bone fragments with a hammer. In the early 2000s, Larry Bright began to spend a majority of his free time around sex workers, taking a particular interest in African American women. Between March of 2001 and October of 2004, the bodies of 6 women were found in rural areas around the Illinois counties of Peoria and Tazewell. 4 other women were reported missing from the area, and in October of 2004, the Peoria City Police Department formed a task force of 13 police officers with input from the Illinois State Police and neighboring law enforcement agencies to investigate the cases. Bright came under suspicion that December after police arrested 35-year-old sex worker Vicky Bomar for theft. While residing in the county jail, Bomar offers to help investigators in exchange for a plea bargain. Dun, dun, dun. This, folks, is why you pay your hookers.
Don't forget to support your local hookers.
You gotta give them a little more than just the tip.
Just the tip.
Bomar claimed that in July, a client named Larry Bright lured her into the outbuilding of his mother's home where he lived. And of course,
He lived in his mom's home.
Yeah. Why do the weird ones always live with a maternal figure? After sharing alcohol and drugs, as one does, Bright attacked her and attempted to rape her at knife point, but Bomar was able to escape after a struggle. Since the alleged incident occurred 5 months prior to her arrest, authorities questioned the legitimacy of her statement. Bomar claimed that she was afraid to report the incident earlier as she had failed to appear in court on other charges, which officers later confirmed when checking her criminal history. While investigating the suspect, investigators became aware of at least 6 similar cases during which Bright had displayed aggressive behavior, particularly towards African American sex workers. He has a type. Bright was detained and interrogated in late December. During this time, he was told that he could be charged with illegal deprivation of liberty under aggravated circumstances. In a legal context, deprivation of liberty means the restriction of a person's freedom of movement or ability to make decisions about their own life. In aggravated circumstances would mean that the depreciation of liberty is accompanied by actions or situations that cause or could cause significant harm or suffering. Of course, Bright refused to cooperate with officers and denied the charges. He was released shortly after due to lack of evidence, which we tend to see this quite often. However, the district attorney was granted a search warrant in January of 2005, allowing investigators to search Bright's property for potential evidence. During the search, police attention was drawn to several plots of excavated land, which Bright's mother claimed. Again, mother coming in to save her baby boy, my little baby boy. His mother claimed originated when she and her son removed several raspberry bushes. So kudos to you, Mom, for trying to bail him out. When digging through the area, officers found ashes and many small bone fragments. Based on the evidence, Bright was temporarily detained in the Tazewell County Jail. After forensic examination determined that the bone fragments were human in origin, Bright was charged with murder. This is why they had to dig up the raspberry bushes, because human bone doesn't make good fertilizer. And any good gardener would know that. The prosecutor ordered his house be excavated. It didn't take very long before Bright confessed to the murder of the 8 women and showed him where to find the bodies. We do have some of Larry's confirmed victims. His first victim was 30-year-old Sabrina Payne, who he had picked up on the outskirts of Peoria. He offered her money in exchange for sex and drove Payne to his house. During his interrogation, Bright claimed that he had no memory of how he killed Payne, as he was intoxicated at the time, but the autopsy implied strangulation. After the murder, he loaded the body in his SUV and took it to a cornfield outside Termont, where she was discovered on July 27th, 2000. In early 2004, Bright met 33-year-old sex worker Laura Lawler and offered money in exchange for sexual services. He strangled Lawler during intercourse and burned her body in the backyard to dispose of any evidence. In January of 2005, he identified her from a photograph presented to him. In late September, Bright met with 40-year-old sex worker Linda K. Neal, and if you think he offered her money in exchange for sex, you're wrong. He offered her drugs.
What a gentleman.
I know. Neal accepted, and as with previous victims, Bright took her back to his house where they entangled in some cocaine before engaging in sexual activity. After Neal fell asleep, Bright strangled her. Because his mother was at home, he decided to dispose of the body away from the house. Bright took Neal's body to Tazewell County, where he discarded it on the roadside, leaving traces from a shoelace on her neck. In conducting the autopsy, the coroner found biological evidence from the male perpetrator in the victim's body, also known as semen, cum, jizz, whatever you call it. That's what it is.
Thanks for clarifying.
You're welcome. After Bright's arrest, several cigarette butts were taken from his home for DNA testing, and they were able to match the DNA of Neal's killer. Shocker.
What? Didn't see that coming.
And then Bright's last confirmed murder took place on October 14th, 2004, when he killed 41-year-old Brenda Irving. During the interrogation, Bright claimed that he had no memory of the woman's name or where they had met, but that he took her to his house. They took drugs for about an hour and then engaged in sexual activities before he attacked her. He admitted that Irving was particularly strong and resisted fiercely, rendering him unconscious. She nearly managed to run away, but was unable to open the door and leave. This allowed Bright to strike her several times in the back of the head. Once she was immobilized, he strangled her to death. And while still intoxicated, Bright intended to dispose of Irving's body in the nearby lake, but he became disoriented and instead discarded the corpse near a dairy farm in Peoria County, where it was found shortly after. As part of his plea bargain, a full confession allowed for Bright to be spared the death penalty. And on May 30th, 2006, he was sentenced to 8 terms of life in prison without the possibility of parole. During his court hearings, Bright confessed to additional murders in Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Arizona, and even Washington, but he later retracted his statements. He also expressed that he contemplated suicide on multiple occasions, but that he never followed through due to his religious beliefs. I'm sorry, what fucking religious beliefs tell you that it's morally wrong to kill yourself, but doesn't tell you it's morally wrong to kill others? Get your fucking shit together, dude. Get your shit together. Okay, so Bright also admitted that he intended to attack the arresting officers with knives so that they would shoot him, but he refrained because his mommy was there. While some investigators proposed racism as the primary motive for Bright's killings, he denied this, instead giving several explanations for his motives. At first, he claimed that he developed a misogynistic view of African American women after he had contracted HIV and AIDS from a sex worker. When he tested negative for the virus, this explanation was questioned. Later, he claimed that as a 19-year-old boy serving a prison sentence, he was sexually abused on multiple occasions by African American prisoners and developed an urge to punish Black men for causing him harm. As he was not sexually attracted to men, in later years he claimed that his hatred shifted focus onto female sex workers.
Yes, but specifically African Americans, making him a racist.
Sounds racist to me, but
like he tried explaining himself, but all he did was explain racism. Dumbass.
That I took it out on him because I have HIV and AIDS, and they're like, but you don't. And he's like, I was raped in prison by a Black man.
And now I just hate Black people.
But I'm not racist.
You're a little racist.
Seems a little racist. Larry Bright is currently 58 years old, serving his sentence in Shawnee Correctional Center, a medium security state prison for men located in Vienna, Illinois. Fun fact, and to my surprise, Illinois is easy to find inmate info. So when I was researching where he was incarcerated, I also found his inmate number with his most recent inmate photo. He is 5'10", 226 pounds, with blonde hair and green eyes. It also lists that he has a right arm tattoo of a Pegasus, 2 guns with roses, left arm tattoo of quote unquote woman, and a skeleton cowboy devil on his chest. Now, I'm not sure if that's a skeleton cowboy devil or if he has a skeleton cowboy and a devil.
The devil horns are what's holding his cowboy hat on.
Okay. Also, I just have to say that when I saw Bonecrusher, I thought there would be a lot more details and it would be like really gruesome. I'm really not downplaying the case by any means, but does that make sense at all? Because I just expected there to be more, because historically, like serial killers with pseudonyms did what we here at Thick Thighs and Murder Vibes call the what the fuck factor. They just did shit like wild, unthinkable, leaves you speechless shit like Ed Gein, which I do plan on covering his case. I know we've always said that we weren't going to do like big, high profile cases, and Ed Gein is totally blowing up, especially since that hottie Charlie Hunnam is playing him in the Netflix show Monsters, which is great. If you haven't watched it, you totally should. Charlie Hunnam is so hot, even as a serial killer. Oh my God, I want to bone him. But I'm so fascinated by him. Like, it's just, I'm fascinated by him and his story. And so, yeah, someday I will cover Ed Gein for you guys. Bonecrusher just didn't live up to his nickname. That's all I'm saying. Sorry.
No. Yeah, I can see that. He didn't.
I thought it was going to be more.
Yeah.
Still worth the share.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Yeah. It was like a hooker that only wanted to cuddle. Pun intended.
Maybe that's all he wanted, and since these hookers didn't actually want to cuddle, that's why he killed them. He crushed their bones, just the same as they crushed his bone.
We're kind of fucked up. All right, guys. Well, that is all we have for you. It's kind of a shorter episode, but we're back. We'll be back for a while, hopefully. Just kidding. We'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
We have more cases
You
for
can't
you.
get rid of us that easy.
Yeah, we have more cases for you, and it's the holiday season. We got to give you something. If you have like a cool, interesting case you would like to hear us cover, or you just want to reach out to us, you want to chat, whatever, hit us up. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. You can email us at thickthighsmurdervibes@gmail.com. But we're going to get out of here until next week.